Custody after a shooting at a Kroger grocery store outside of Louisville, Kentucky.
Just moments before the incident happened at Kroger, the suspect was seen at the First Baptist Church of Jeffersontown trying to get inside of that church, but he didn't get in.
It's like whites don't kill whites.
He said whites?
Whites don't kill whites.
While people were trending for eating a burrito and conservatives were flooding your feed with conspiracy theories about the pipe bombs sent to prominent Democrats and ways to deflect from the MAGA truck, this news was buried. It's a story of unimaginable hatred and ugliness, yet it was deemed less newsworthy. The story of an armed white man who tried to gain access to a black church but failed, who then entered a supermarket and killed 2 black people. A man with a prior history of hatred towards black people shot these 2
This is a major horrible incident that happened in my state, and it's quite sad and messed up and crazy. This racist, ignorant violence towards people in this community is tragic. But of course, news outlets like this are going to use it for their advantage for political game, as usual. They're going to dance on the graves of people just to make a point and basically rule over their virtue signaling opinion. But of course, this news outlet right here are not going to tell you the full truth. They're going to basically use this incident to target conservatives, target Trump supporters, Republicans, and NRA member.
Shot these 2 innocent citizens, only to then tell a bystander who approached him, "Don't shoot, whites don't kill whites." Police arrived and of course peacefully took the shooter into custody. This is news that gets buried.
Nobody's mentioned it? Okay, CBS, US Today, go down the list. Oh, NBC, Fox News. I mean, there's a lot of people mentioning about this. So, what are you even talking about? Like the same day when this incident happened in my state, by the way, it was on the news. It was on CNN. It was on Fox. It was on every local channel. So, what are you even talking about? This is a horrible, messed up incident, and yet the Young Turks are using it for a political game. And not only that, the guy got arrested at a gas station, not actually in the parking lot of Kroger. So after that he shot 2 of these people, the guy ran off because it was a NRA member who was shooting at him. It was a good guy with a gun, was trying to take on a bad guy with a gun. But of course, the Young Turks won't tell you the full truth or the full story about it is. And it's the truth. It was a NRA member who was actually there at the incident, who was shooting at the dastardly sick murderer who was a racist, ran fast out to the parking lot to get to his car and drove off. Well, I'll give him credit, but by telling the truth, but he's not telling you the full story. And if you don't believe me, how about this right here? How about you look at the real news? How about you look at actual local news?
2 people are dead and another is in custody after a shooting at a Kroger grocery store outside of Louisville, Kentucky.
I walked over and I said, "Look, I'm an EMT. Let me try to help this lady." And I walked out and I was getting ready to start CPR on her, and I looked at her and she was gone. I knew there was nothing I could do.
Police say the suspect opened fire inside the store, killing 1 man, and then shot the female victim multiple times in the parking lot. They say an armed bystander exchanged gunfire with him before he fled the scene. The suspect was taken into custody shortly after that. But
The victims were Maurice Stallard and Vicky Jones. Stallard was killed in front of his 12-year-old grandson. Vicky Jones just recently retired from the VA hospital. She spent her time helping veterans. And on that subject, let's take a closer look at this despicable human being who took her life.
This horrible incident was messed up, and it took 2 casualties. These people are going to be missed, and it's a messed up tragedy that an evil man have done this. It took a brave NRA member at the time to fight back against this evil, messed up, horrible, racist person. More people could have died. And you know what? It's sad and it's upsetting hearing this, that this happens. But the Young Turks doing this and taking their deaths for a political reason is disgusting. I mean, I understand that you want to report the news, that's fine. But tell the full truth. Tell every part of the story. Don't purposely mislead the public and not mention every little detail to it. This is insane.
Profile picture. I stand, huh? Stand for what exactly? Okay, so there is a lot to unpack here, but let me just start by saying that those who think the cure to solving racial issues is to avoid them, deflect from them, and pretend they don't exist will tell you that incidents like this are rare, but they're not. They're in fact so common that one as tragic as it takes second string in the news cycle to breaking news like Michael Avenatti saying a white man needs to run for president. But wait, I'm in the wrong, right? By bringing these issues to your attention, I'm the one who's fueling this divide. Because if we just ignore the acts of racist violence and pretend they're not going on, they'll go away, right?
Ah, God, nobody's saying that. We know there's racial violence and it's horrible and disgusting. Racial violence is more horrifying, but I'm just saying this racial divide by keep on race baiting and using propaganda just to order to cause more issues between communities is not helping, thank you very much. It's causing more of these issues. Just because you're wearing a red hat doesn't make you a racist. It doesn't make you a communist dictator, violent idiot Antifa if you support Bernie Sanders. This racial divide between these idiots online saying this crap is causing the issue. This whole right and left debate and division between each other is because of the media sources like this and the mainstream media doing it. Can we get to the point that we can tolerate each other's opinions, and even though that we might not like it or highly disagree with it, can we go to a civilized society instead of this going against one each other? It was a horrible act of violence was caused by a bigot. And thanks to another person who was an NRA member and also a Trump supporter who actually shot at the shooter and he ran off from the incident, who saved many other people's lives. But you're not even going to even acknowledge that. That's even sad.
It took the mainstream media 3 days before bringing this incident to light. A man massacred 2 people in a grocery store, and still takes 3 days before major news outlets even run a story?
No, it didn't. It took the next day. Oh my God.
Of course, even when the story began to receive coverage elsewhere, Fox News could be counted on to avoid it completely by focusing their attention on refugees 1,000 miles from the U.S.
I want to mention it again. Fox News already reported on it a couple of days ago. Okay then? God.
Right now.
Or on ways to pretend that the truck full of Trump stickers from the MAGA bomber had nothing really to do with Trump. It's a representative. This should be front page news on every single media outlet across America. The reason people are so oblivious to the hatred that's brewing in this space is because it's not given the same priority. Not only is that dangerous, but it also plays into Trump's goal of manipulating the media. For instance, did you know last month 2 black police officers were killed for confronting a white...
What? He's manipulating the media. How? Explain to me how it's Trump's fault. Yeah, I mean, that's completely ignorant. That's the most ignorant thing I ever heard before in this whole video. We're gonna blame Trump for everything because because the media reports on Trump. It's the media's fault, you dipshit. That literally sounds like, let's blame the goth community because of Columbine. Let's blame Marilyn Manson because the school shooters were wearing black trench coats. Because that might be anonymous to goth, we don't know. If he was actually manipulating the media, why is he calling Fox News, CNN, the Washington Post, ABC Network? My question is, why is Donald Trump calling them fake news? Because the media outsources are talking bad about him. These major multi-billion-dollar companies who control these news organizations are full of crap majority of the time because they want ratings. And when Trump calls their BS out, they cry and complain and get scared. These news media outlets want violence. They encourage these violence between these groups. And it's Trump's fault? And it's Trump's fault? You're using a major tragedy like this just for your political agenda. And you're completely stupid.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Trump's goal of manipulating the media. For instance, did you know last month 2 black police officers were killed for confronting a white armed team? Chances are you know about this incident because conservative media ignored it and fell into the war on cops narrative they like to pin on black people. Meanwhile,
let me stop you there for a minute. Actually, Fox News did report on it. I'm actually fact-checking you on this. This is ridiculous. Again, you are using this for political motivation to label every libertarian conservative who's not a liberal like you or a progressive like you as a bigot. That's simply, again, you're using this for political motivation. I'm not stupid. Dude, I really don't know how you can sleep at night. Oh yeah, you're funded by the Young Turks. You're sleeping in some nice fancy bed because you're a complete narcissist with fancy wine.
And it's so important in this day and age. Pull back the curtain on what's really happening amidst this hyper-political, polarizing climate. These are the issues that we need to hear about so that we can confront them head-on. For more on this, I'm Francis M. Maxwell.
Yeah, I understand. I agree with you. I think independent media should be online. But of course, the Young Turks are always lobbying to get rid of InfoWars and other independent news sources online. And at the same time, calling Tim Pool, calling PewDiePie, and people in the skeptic community Nazis or racist, or right-wingers also. That you put these people who are in the skeptic community in the same category as us. And white supremacists. What the fuck? But of course, you support independent media when it supports your narrative.
For more on this, I'm Francis M. Maxwell. If you disagree with how you disagree, come over and email this. You can come.
Yeah, I do apologize. The audio in this one completely sucks. I was recording it through on an app, and it was a YouTube. It wasn't a YouTube video. It was a video from Facebook. It was a racist, messed up bigot who did a horrible, nasty, disgusting thing, and shot up a Kroger's, and it took a Trump supporter to try to save the day, and unfortunately, 2 people died. But of course, the Young Turks don't mention this at all, and they automatically assume Trump. Don't blame Obama or Bernie Sanders because of a crazy lunatic on a baseball field decided to shoot at Republicans. Do I blame them? No. I blame the media, who feed on propaganda, lies, and straight up hypocrisy and ignorance. It's not even just that. Every news organization that I know of on mainstream are full of it, even Fox News. But at least we had a NRA member who actually had enough nerve and guts to take on a bad guy like that. And for the families out there who are suffering through this and the victims, I am so sorry to hear about that. It's horrible to see this happen in this day of age. And I really hope this piece of garbage, rotten prison, gets raped by a big black guy. And to be honest with you, I wish we can restate the execution on this piece of garbage, like firing squad style. You know what? This guy's a dirtbag. You guys have a fantastic one, and God bless America. Like and subscribe, and just be safe out there, guys. Okay? I really worship you. Bye.